Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On 1st and 10, Love. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Throwing his line. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's locked. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Keenan Robinson. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Go, go. Get set, get set.
Shotgun now for Carr. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off.
Offense.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
They run with Hines, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Three right. 5, 6, 7 more.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is Harris. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Low.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
5-man box. Everyone's got 4 down. 1-8, we're good.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Go. Get set.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
637.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
618.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now a handoff to start it out to Turbin.
Missed.
It will not go down. Still going. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 44 yards on the ground. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined, no one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Hilton's first catch, good for a 1st down. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. To throw is Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ryan Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Keenan Robinson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
694. 734.
On second down, here's Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Get set, get set. Go, Chief.
Throwing his Carr on third down, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I think in this situation, all you want to do is make sure your guys are set up front. No one jumps, no penalties. Sometimes you don't even call cadence, just go and pick it up.
Yeah, because it's on them, and the quarterback's job's pretty easy there.
It really is. You talk about inches, just go get it.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
618. White.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out.
Go. Hey. You're mine. 618.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. From the gun, here's Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. The shotgun snap for Lott. Gonna throw right side here, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. Now Carr going up top. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
6-18. 29. 29. 6-18. Hey, 7-34.
They do go for it. It's Carr. And Cook has it left side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, it's Lott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Doyle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down, here's Lott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And our focus now moves to Jordy Nelson. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Yo, Chief. 637.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
White.
To throw on second down. Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
24. Hey. 24. 694.
From the gun now on third down. Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Hey, you're mine. Hey, 734.
On first down, Carr. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You got it. Go. Get set.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run for it. Lynch. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On the run, it's Robert Turbin. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Luck on first down. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Marshawn Lynch and the Raider offense heading back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
24.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Lynch. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Carr now on first down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Carr now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Carr going to try and throw on third down. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And that takes us from second to third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to sling this deep, and that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He does have the one interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1.
Every single time.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Luck now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the 50, it's Luck. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
A lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Play action, it's Luck. And he's got Rodgers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. The final shot before the break. Luck. And that'll be incomplete. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start with an NFC West battle down in the Valley of the Sun. Arizona hosting, visiting San Francisco. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. David Johnson with 2 touchdowns there. Next, we'll head east to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. 21-6, your final score. Lastly, we head to the City of Angels to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. In our game, it's Andrew Luck back after missing all of last season with a shoulder problem, and he hasn't missed a beat. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play. Holding them to no gain.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6-18.
They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Hey, 4 down. 7:34.
Carr now on first down. They'll roll him out right. They'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Down, Blue 80. 734. Check, watch 54.
On second down, here's Carr. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Down, Blue 80. Easy, kill.
From the gun on third down, Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
734. 618.
They'll go for it. It's Carr being chased out left. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
First down, the run with Lynch. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Keenan Robinson, the one that got him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Mike 51. Go. Get set. 734.
Carr to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the give, this is Lynch. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Get set.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. To throw his Carr. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
24. 694.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One-handed, love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
And down he'll go at the 25. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He's got it to Hilton. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
That's a good explosive run right there on the draw play, and in order for it to be successful, you've got to have some good faking going on and people having a nice little time clock in their head to understand how it all knits together. An offensive line really showing a pass set that they're going to pass block, maybe to draw in those defensive linemen, have them come upfield, and then get past them, hand the ball off to the running back, and oftentimes he bypasses the guys headed for the quarterback, thinking they're going to get a sack, and gets himself into the secondary. And in this case, he picked up really nice yardage.
Now a play fake, and it's Locke. And that is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will get it at their 20-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again. But it was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Check. Check out route. 734. Get set.
To throw on second down. Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, we got four down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Hey, 6-18.
Throwing his Carr on third down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Al Woods coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over him. Throwing now is Carr, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Al Woods in there to get him, his second sack now of the afternoon.
41's coming, 41's the mic. Hey, here we go.
Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4. Go. Get set.
The pitch out to Lynch. They find some open field here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
He's mine. 24. Here we go, we're good.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again on first down, Lynch. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Toss play to Lynch. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Low. 6:37.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On first down, Carr. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
6-18.
Shotgun now for Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Hey, 7:34. Go. Get set. 7:34.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Here's Carr to throw. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. But a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball. But instead, it turned out to be a touchdown. And they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him. But Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my theme.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On the handoff, Lynch. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Get down.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Al Woods in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. Jabal Sheard. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel. Something to pay the breakfast so I could pay the proper place.
How much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Carr now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
6-18.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run with Lynch. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point up and through. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Luck now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind a line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Love. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And out trots Jared Cook with the rest of his offensive mates. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well, and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
734. Low. 29. 29. Hey. 29. 29.
On 3rd down, Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Get down. 180.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Forced out to his left. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Harvey, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. He's back to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Raiders try to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's in. Continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.